Now back to the Pet Project with your always well-dressed host, Tammy Trujillo.
You know, Tammy always does look good. No matter what day of the week it is, I'll attest to that. Unfortunately, she's out sick today, so you got me. I'm Alan Bailey. Welcome back to the Pet Project right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Now, on the phone with us, we tried to get Josh Hansen, who is Kuma's owner. Now, Josh Hansen, he's the veteran out in Utah who is talking on his beloved Kuma. And instead, who we have is Tristina, who is one of the people who's been working with Kuma up there at the Utah Animal Care Center. And Tristina, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very, very well. We haven't spoken in so long. It feels like forever.
I know. Yeah, I think I was on about a month and a half ago.
It's been a while here, but I need to say so far, how are you doing and how is Kuma doing?
I am doing excellent, and Kuma is even doing more excellent. Since her second surgery, her recovery is incredible, and it is progressing so fast. We are just very, very pleased, very impressed with her progress. It's unbelievable how fast she's recovering from the second surgery.
And to give people a little bit of background here, Kuma, she had an injury, but the cause of this injury is somewhat unknown to everybody. Am I right?
Well, she had a cruciate tear.
Mm-hmm.
So her ACL, like on a human, tore, and it could have been just from fetching a ball, from walking, from playing, from jumping too hard. It could have been from anything. And Josh wasn't quite sure what had happened to her, but he knew that something wasn't quite right because she was limping. So I believe I don't know if it was November, I believe, he took her to another veterinary clinic, and they diagnosed her with an ACL tear, which obviously is her cruciate. So the doctor there did what's called a tightrope surgery. Now, the tightrope surgery is a very older surgery, but it's starting to kind of come back around. And what they do is they try to stabilize the knee so that the cruciate will hopefully repair itself. So what they do is they drill a hole in the tibia, and then they go through with fishing line, actually, and they just poke it through, wrap it around, and tie it up with a clamp. And that surgery was not stable. I don't know for what reason. I don't know why it wasn't stable. But anyways, it just didn't, perform correctly. It just wasn't stable. So through her first set of rehab sessions with us, we could tell she started to get better, and then she started to relapse and go backwards. And Josh brought it to my attention, and I could also tell that, she wasn't doing well and that she was starting to limp again, and it was starting to get swollen, starting to see some swelling in there. So we had our orthopedic surgeon check, and sure enough, the thing was not stable. So what he did is he went in and he repaired it, and he does what's called a TPLO surgery. So that's called tibial plateau leveling osteotomy. So what they do is they go in and they actually cut the tibia, they rotate it, and then they put a big brace in place, and that is very stable. You can't, there's nothing you can do to, to break that or anything, but there is a large plate with screws in there. And so she had that surgery, I want to say 3 weeks ago this coming Monday, 3 to 4 weeks ago this coming Monday. And since that surgery, her progress is just incredible. And so we've continued to rehab her through all this, and she's just doing amazing.
That's great. And, Josh mentioned this last week that she seems to be rehab this time around seems to be going a lot easier for her. Do you think it's because because Kuma knows what what the rehab is, and it's kind of like, riding a bike almost for her, or do you think it's that the surgery went so well? I
believe so, because it's all water therapy. So what we do is we have an underwater treadmill. So the dogs are loaded into a door. The water level goes up to about their chest, and then on their feet, underneath their feet, the tread starts to move, and so they're walking in water, and that way they can get full extension. And they're going against the water, which is strengthening their limbs. And you're thinking, well, why don't we just swim them? And I'll tell you the reason we don't swim them is because I can control their activity in the water. When you're swimming and they're trying so hard to keep their head above water and they're not getting full extension, stretching out their legs. With an underwater treadmill, I can control the activity that they're doing, the exercise that they're getting, and I can slowly increase it, over a period of time as I see that they're, getting stronger. And then also, full extension, and then also against the water, that's strengthening their joints.
Exactly.
And muscles. And so, yeah, she's like a champ. She loves the water. She comes in here, and then we have an E-stem tank that is like a hot tub. And
Mm-hmm.
it sends out little electrical currents back and forth, and they sit in it in a hoist. And then they're submerged in warm water. It's about 100 degrees, so it's not warmer than their body temperature. And then these little electrical currents go back and forth, and it stimulates circulation, which also helps with inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with pain. It relaxes them. And then, of course, we get them out of that, and we go to town on lasering them,
Mm-hmm.
massaging them, and doing range of motion. And they're just like Jello by the time we're done. They're sound asleep. They're so relaxed. They feel so good.
Well, there you go. And
Yeah, and she loves it. She just comes back here. She's so excited. She comes in the door and just whips on back here. And like you said, it's like riding a bike. You know, she's so familiar with it. She loves it, and it makes her feel good. And it's just like her home away from home. So she's just, done so well.
well, that is so great. And Tristina, thank you so much for coming on the show today and giving
Oh,
us an
you're so
update on
welcome.
how she's doing. You take care, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, thank you. You too. Thanks for calling.
All right, bye-bye. That's Tristina from the Utah Animal Care Center. She's working with Kuma, and Kuma needs our help financially because Josh can't afford the surgery, and we have to help him out. He's done so much for our country. He's been over there twice. He's been overseas twice now fighting the good war, and you know what? We need to help him out. So log on to facebook.com/Operation Kuma, where you can donate to help Kuma get back on her feet. Now, very interesting show today. Like I told you, later on during the show, we're going to have Martine Collette on from Wildlife Way Station. We're going to have Janet Marlowe from Pet Acoustics, and we're also going to have Bob Lyon from Safety Turtle. Stay with us. It's the Pet Project, the show your pet wants you to listen to, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Do you own a car you no longer